A Tory MP who was accused of making a late-night phone call to request money to pay off bad people has been suspended for misusing campaign funds. At 3:15 a.m., the MP called an elderly party volunteer and claimed he needed £5,000 urgently because it was life or death, since he was locked in his flat, according to the Times. While the party conducts an investigation, he has the Conservative whip removed. Representing Fylde in Lancashire, Mr. Menzies told the Times he strongly disputed the claims. The newspaper claims that in December, Mr. Menzies called his 78-year-old former campaign manager and requested £5,000 in exchange. The amount was allegedly paid from the office manager of Mr. Menzies' personal funds later that morning, by which time it had increased to £6,500. The manager was refunded from campaign donations, according to the article. According to a person close to Mr. Menzies, who did not have enough money in his own funds, he paid the money out of fear for what would happen if he refused. According to a source who spoke to the newspaper, Mr. Menzies volunteered to return the money but claimed the local Tories in charge of the account from which it originated indicated he didn't have to. According to the Times, 4 years ago, Mr. Menzies called his former campaign manager and asked for £3,000 from campaign funds to pay for medical problems. He promised to pay back the money later. The article said that a close aide to Mr. Menzies denied that the MP had suggested using campaign funds to cover his medical expenses. According to the report, the MP is said to have subsequently received a further £4,000 and then an additional £7,000 in November of last year. The Times claims that none of the £14,000 in total that was purportedly given to Mr. Menzies to pay for medical expenses was reimbursed. According to the article, the claims were relayed to Simon Hart, the chief whip, by the former campaign manager in January, at which point the Conservative Party was made aware of them. Mr. Menzies has not responded to a request for comment from BBC News. Mr. Menzies issued the following response to the Times: "I vehemently refute the accusations made against me. I have complied with all declaration rules completely. As there is an investigation ongoing, I will not be commenting further." The Conservative Party is investigating allegations regarding a Member of Parliament, a representative for the party stated. It is appropriate for this process to be private. After a call with the chief whip, Mark Menzies has agreed to relinquish the Conservative whip, pending the outcome of an investigation, a representative for Mr. Hart told the BBC. Defence Secretary Grant Shapps has admitted that the Conservative Party has been aware of some of the claims against Mark Menzies for a while. "My understanding is that some further information came to light yesterday. Whether that was through that Times story or another route I don't know, which led to the suspension of the whip," he stated on BBC Radio 4's Today programme. "In every walk of life, there will be people who go off the tracks as it were, and it's important you do make sure action is taken swiftly, but also in some of these cases where perhaps mental health and other things are involved, that people are helped to a better path," Mr. Shapps said in response to a question about the Conservatives' concerns about the behaviour of their MPs.